Good evening, friends, and welcome to another episode of Relationship or Religion. On tonight's episode, we will be talking about the New Age movement and what it has to do with our lives today. Is New Age based on relationship or spirituality? Is it based on what we think's best for us or what we think the universe thinks of us? And we are going to take a deeper look into that by meeting my friend Darlene and the New Age bookstore owner Eugene and see what they have to tell us today about the New Age movement. Thank you for tuning in. Once upon a time, there was a woman named Darlene who lived in a small town in rural Pennsylvania called Lucerne Mines. Now, in this small town, as seems protocol now, there was only a Dollar General and a laundromat for the longest time. Well, one day, as Darlene was walking through the neighborhood, she noticed a New Age bookstore and wondered, what in the world is this place? And what does it have to do in my small city, in my small town? You see, Darlene was a church-going Christian. There was one church in that small little area, and Darlene went every Sunday. She read her Bible, she prayed, and now she wanted to know what this New Age store was coming to do in her town. So one day, Darlene's curiosity got the best of her, and she entered that bookstore. She was met by a man named Eugene, who came and asked her if she needed any help, and she said, "Sir, I've been living in this town my entire life, and I've never seen this bookstore here before. Can you tell me about it or why it's here now?" And Eugene said,
"Yes, ma'am. I can tell you all about this place. You see, the New Age movement started in England in 1960 and came here to the States around 1970. It became a mixture of American thought and movement and countercultural currents. But by the 1980s, the New Age had disappeared. And I'm here today to try and bring it back. You see, there was no common ground between any of our ideas or practices referred to as New Age. There was a lack of doctrines, overall structures, and institutions that made our survival very unlikely. As you can see here, I have no followers.
And Darlene said, "So why are you trying to bring it back if there was no need for it here in the beginning since you all died off?"
And Eugene said, "Well, I still believe wholeheartedly in New Age and that I don't need any doctrines to follow and I can do my own thing. I can have my own personal relationship. I can have it organizationally dynamic. You see, I'm spiritual, but I'm not religious."
And Darlene said, "But you're spiritual, but not religious. You want a relationship, but there's no intermediary to bring you there. How are you going to find that relationship? How are you going to get connected?" At this, Eugene just kind of looked at her and said,
You have a good point."
So, after her conversation with Eugene, Darlene headed home, and she had a good conversation with God that day, and even more of a conversation with the pastor at that church just up the road. And at the end of it, she prayed, "Dear Lord, I don't know why you brought this New Age bookstore here, but I know that you have a purpose for me in the life of Eugene. And I pray that I would be able to bring him to you and bring anyone who enters that store to you, Lord. I pray that we would be a closely connected town for you, Lord. In your name I pray. Amen. Friends, once again, thank you for tuning in to Relationship or Religion. I hope and pray that you learned something tonight in our episode and that you'll take what you learned and can use it to bring others to God's kingdom, to further the kingdom and to do His will. It's not about a religion, it's about a relationship and how He can change our lives and change the lives of others through them. Thank you once again and have a great night.